name is Gabe Zollner. Read an article this morning on WorldNet Daily, and what they're suggesting or what they're requesting is for the American people to sign a petition. And the petition would be submitted to Congress, and it would demand that Congress take the necessary steps to verify the election being fair and accurate. Well, it's impossible to do that, so I don't understand why they would even suggest or request that. You cannot redo the past. There's no way of verifying pretty much anything. What I think has to happen is that the people should demand that, number one, there is a new election, and number two, that all the election booths and all the election areas would be monitored by our military. Nobody would be able to vote more than once, and the reason that is because they would have a bottle like this, and the person would put their finger in there like this, and then their finger would be black, so they couldn't vote again, and that ink would not be removable for about 5 days. So that would get rid of an awful lot of the fraud. Also, there's no one that should be allowed to vote that isn't willing and capable of providing some form of photo ID. What's interesting is all the states that required photo ID, Governor Romney won, and all the states that didn't, guess what? Obama won. We should also either eliminate the electronic machines that were used in the booths or make certain that they're functioning properly and they're not being tampered with. I think having a paper is probably a whole lot better because you can review it, you can verify it, you can determine its accuracy, whereas with the electronic, I think that's pretty much impossible to do. I also heard that George Soros bought a company in Spain that did all the monitoring of these electronic transmissions. And if that's the case, well, what more do you need to know? The reality is that the American people deserve to be able to know that their vote counts. And the only way their vote can be assured to count is if it's tracked and followed properly. I don't think we should allow absentee ballots unless each absentee ballot is verified as to the person that submitted it based on a signature, and you have to verify that signature against their driver's license or some other document, which I don't believe takes place. And I think that's how Obama won the 2008 election and the 2012 election, because they went ahead and they got a hold of the voters' roll. They went ahead and they requested absentee ballots. They monitored the mail. They got the mail. They went ahead and they submitted whomever they wanted for president, for senator, for congressman, and then that's why they are where they are. So the only fair way that people will know the truth is to have another election. Now, there is another way that we can determine the truth, and that is that Congress demands that Obama release the documents that were offered by the gentleman in New York, Donald Trump. He offered $5 million for Obama if he were to release the records from Occidental, Harvard, and his passport information. And if he did that, then Obama would be able to donate $5 million to a charity of his choice. Well, that never happened, and that should send a lot of signals. Why would someone not want to take advantage of that? It doesn't make any sense. If these documents are released, then we'll find a number of things. We'll find that Obama attended as a foreign exchange student. We'll also find that he used his Indonesia passport, and we'll also find that the only way he got in was under affirmative action. He didn't get in because he's a rocket scientist. And then we'll also find that he's not eligible to be in the White House. So what will that do? What that'll do is it'll get rid of every single thing that he signed into law. It'll get rid of every decision that he made. It'll get rid of Joe Biden being vice president. And guess what? It'll also get rid of Obamacare. So that is the only thing that Congress has to do. They have to demand that he release those documents. Elaine Kagan, she knows. She's the one that hid all of his documents. Why would somebody that just became president make that his first official act, to bury his past? Does that make any sense to anyone? Not to me. Hopefully not to you either. So, what's the answer? The answer is exposing those documents to the world. Let the American people see what those documents contain. And guess what? It won't be pretty for Obama. Thanks.